1953, who stands on the side of justice.
May 2, 1944. My German friends. In every battle, the best ally is the belief in the cause that one is championing. And in every war, the strongest weapon is the sense that one is on the side of justice. How does it stand with the German people? We know whose side the stronger weapons are on. But do the Germans perhaps have more of that other weapon? The certainty of standing on the just side. To put the question means to answer it with a no-think back to the period when Germany still had the greater numbers. How many believed then in the justice of the war? Perhaps they still sought to justify the surprise attack on Poland. But could they also justify the campaign of extermination against the Polish children? And where was even the appearance of justice in the attack on Norway, in which soldiers were used who, as children, were taken in by the Norwegians out of compassion for their starvation? Here isn't all justice on the one side and all injustice on the other. What German soldier can look a Dutch or Czech man in the eye without feeling shame over the injustice that is being done? People can silence their conscience, and National Socialism has understood nothing better than to deaden the conscience of the German people. But that is never completely successful, for a human being remains a human being. The German conscience still speaks. You are not fighting for a just cause when you fight against the Polish children and the women of France. Every German soldier whose conscience offers this testimony is robbed of the strongest of all weapons. And yet, the Nazis attempt to tell you that you are fighting for the right. One of the thoughts with which a good conscience is supposed to be given to the German people is the contention that Germany has to protect Europe from Russia. But however one may think about the Russian system, two things are certain. It is certain that the initial attack came from Germany, and that Russia was so insufficiently prepared that its defeat was all but achieved. What brought Hitler's defeat in Russia was the Russian person, who is invincible when he's defending Russian soil. Fear always offers wicked counsel. The fear of every German should not be the arrival of the Russians, but rather the return of the Nazis. Everyone senses that the true barbarians of our time are found in National Socialism, and that no one is called to be the guardians of European culture less than they are. Russia was destined to be turned into a German colony. That is surely not a good cause, but rather the most evil cause conceivable. On still other grounds, they seek to make German people believe they are fighting on the side of justice. They tell them that Hitler has created European unity. But does the defense of plundered lands produce a good conscience? Hitler destroyed a voluntary unification of Europe in order to replace it through forced unity. Doesn't the sight of 12 million European slave laborers in Germany itself give every German a daily reason for grief, fear, and bad conscience? But finally, the Nazis say, even if it is an evil cause, you must continue to fight because this is about the existence or non-existence of Germany. Is it truly about that? Isn't it about the existence or non-existence of the Nazis? Isn't it about the existence of the corruptors of Germany? But if the corruptors of Germany perish, isn't that the salvation of Germany? Every German who tears Germany away from the Nazis should have a good conscience, but not the one who fights for them. Don't deceive yourself, my German friends. Even the gang that defends itself to the last has courage. But this courage still doesn't make just the cause for which one kills. One cannot fight for an unjust cause with good conscience. End this battle.